correctly with the correct amount.
The Changing have just unleashed their debut album For Obvious Reasons, featuring guest vocals from Jonathan Davis of Korn on their first single, Jerry Bruckheimer. To order The Changing's new CD or download For Obvious Reasons off iTunes, log on to thechanging.com or myspace.com. The Changing. Hi, Tina here, journalist for HMTV Canada Easing. With me today are two of the coolest dudes. Please welcome drummer Kyle and vocalist Kaylin of The Changing. Hi Kyle and Kaylin, how are you doing?
We're wonderful. We've never felt so free.
The show that was canceled on February 10th at the Dragonfly, is that going to be rescheduled in LA?
I think with the nearest, what's our nearest show right now? I think the next one is going to be March 17th. Yeah, because the 10th got canceled.
How did your last show go? That was at Crane's in Los Angeles.
Well, Crane's is is a tiny little place, but it was my sister's birthday, and the room was filled with a bunch of sweaty, drunken metalheads, and my sister got a bloody nose, so it was a great show.
Have you been playing a lot of shows in the LA area?
We had a while off because of some, band health issues. A couple of us had, our heads explode and some uncontrollable diarrhea. But so we haven't played in a while, but we're getting started now.
Now, are you dealing with the issues of pay to play out in that area in some clubs?
Absolutely not. I mean, it's very prominent for new bands, but we've all been playing for so long that we tell any of those clubs that they want to make us pay to play, that they can basically eat the corn out of our excrement.
Wow. Have you opened up for bigger artists like Korn in the past and other musicians within that area?
Yeah, we played with Korn at the Family Values tour in '07. In Vitro was a good one. We played with In Vitro, Green Jelly. We were at the Key Club when Skid Row was playing. We've had a few things like that, and there's plenty of people we know, but it's really tough to sometimes because, they don't always control their booking. But we try to get in with them whenever we can. So
do you have any upcoming shows with Korn or any other of the artists, coming up maybe on our Hollywood Music TV Metal Mayhem or 10 for 10 tour?
Right now, nothing is scheduled, but we just kind of got back into the game. The year kind of started late for us and a bunch of other people, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of those things came up very shortly. But we have nothing official yet.
How do you like our Hollywood Music TV family? They treating you well?
We love you guys. You guys are great. You're like the children I would never adopt, but I would totally invite into my van.
That's awesome to hear that. Thanks. Congratulations for the release of For Obvious Reasons. Now, can you tell us about this CD? Any guest appearances?
Yes, there are. K-Fresh, what did we get on there? Of course, our big guest appearance on For Obvious Reasons is Jonathan Davis from Korn on the track Jerry Bruckheimer. Also, we did the album with Logan Mader. He produced, mixed and mastered for us. He played for Machine Head, Soulfly, and doing real well in the producer world these days. Yeah, he did Five Finger Death Punch, and what else did he do? What's that band that's doing the Mayhem Festival? Oh, crap. I just forgot their name. Yeah, they're really... He's got a lot of great bands. He's like the Timberland of metal.
Awesome. Now, what inspired John Davis of Korn to sing the song Jerry Bruckheimer? What's that tune about? Is there any special meaning behind that tune with that name?
Yeah. Well, first off, to answer your first question, when I played with them as the background vocalist for about 2.5 years, and I was on John's bus. We became really close, and so he was there when the Changing started while I was with Korn. So he kind of saw us come up right from the beginning, and he was really supportive of the group, and he liked that song. He came to a couple of our shows, and he always said how much he liked it. And when it came down, there was we had some member lineup changes, and so I didn't have a background vocalist, and I asked him to do it, and he said absolutely. So, but that song, Jerry Bruckheimer, is about the end of the world and how funny I think it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I named it Jerry Bruckheimer because he's the big producer that does those gigantic explosion, end of the world style, everything is just big, and he's kind of a symbol of, how far we've come and how we really can't go much farther, so the only way is down. And I just think that's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, because, it can't rain all the time. That's what I say.
No, I hope not, but we could also get scorched by the unending sun.
Or we can explode, one or the other.
That happens.
Yeah, that's true. It does happen. Well, mudslides are happening in California. I don't know if they stopped yet. That's one example. Okay, I like your other tracks too. Dragon Man, and there was and Underneath. It's brutal. The sounds are brutal. It's definitely metal. It's hard metal. Is that what you would classify your band as? Like really hardcore metal?
Well, the riffs, and I mean, we got, there's a lot of, Kyle here is just metal to the bone, and I don't think there's a lot of drummers that can play like Kyle can with that stuff. I'm not particularly metal, which is why there's more singing and a little more melody, but you can't argue. I wrote the riff for Underneath, and yeah, there's no argument that's just straight up brutal, bone crushing metal. But I think that our difference is that even though we're heavy as all hell, you can kind of tell that we don't take ourselves that seriously. Like some metal bands are like, oh, I'm possessed, but no, we all eat Cheerios and go to the bathroom the same way. I mean, I think one important thing for us is the heaviness just sort of happens, but first and foremost, we want to be sexy, just sexy heavy, Yeah, that's definitely sexy groove. That's number one for us, I think.
Okay, so how long did it take to record For Obvious Reasons?
Oh my, what a freaking undertaking that was. For Obvious Reasons was pretty much recorded guerrilla to the core. We financed the record ourselves. God, we tracked between all the instruments, I think, 5 different locations?
5 different locations.
5 or 6. We pretty much called in every brew we had, scrapped up every nickel and dime we could muster, and we were lucky enough to be able to get a guy like Logan on board with us, and he really kind of backed us up and liked the music, and it worked out great for us. We're very proud of the record.
I think it took like 3 months total. I got back from the road on my the last. I've been gone for about 8 or 9 weeks. I think it was. Right, Tom?
Oh God, yeah. I did drums while you were still on tour.
So he did drums like in a couple weeks. I got back right in time to help produce the guitars, which took about a week and a half. And then bass was a few days, and my vocals took about 2-3 weeks. And I was still jet lagged, so I stayed up for about 7 days, and I just recorded like by drinking Bud Light and eating Adderall just constantly. That's the only way we got it done. And we got a lot of guest vocalists from our boss we hang out at, and a lot of friends came in and musicians. So it was about probably 3 months total mixing and mastering, and it basically sucked the life out of all of us, but we couldn't be happier.
There was only one moment during the making of the record where I found myself sitting in a room by myself having trouble breathing. But luckily that moment passed, and the record turned out better than we all thought it would. So we're stoked.
Wow, that's awesome. 3 months is a quick time, like turnaround time. So are you working on anything new right at the moment for another album?
We're pretty much, we started the writing for album number 2. We got a handful of songs finished already, and actually, we're just continuing to write, and
we were writing right now when you called.
Yeah, we were worried you weren't going to call, so we were trying to be productive.
Okay. Now that For Obvious Reasons it's out on the market now, are you looking for distribution for this CD, or are you looking for a record label to take it on?
We got a couple, right now we got a bunch of things, several things going on business-wise that, because they're, signed and printed, we can't, specifically say what, but yeah, we're taking it to the next level right now, and if everything goes well, we'll have a decent backing for the record, and hopefully it'll be much more available and much more marketed. I mean, we haven't done hard copy releases, and I know that's not as popular, but we will be doing hard copy releases when the funds come in. And so, yeah, once again, this is the perfect time to interview because nothing is exactly official, so we can't tell you much. But yeah, we got some things in the fire.
I mean, there's a lot of artists out there that are 100% do it yourself, which we are these days. But I think as a business, we would love to have our team grow so we can get up to the masses more, and so we can get some funding for some more expensive touring. I mean, we've been kind of stuck on the West Coast here. We'd love to get all over the place.
We'd like to come to Canada.
So if you had the chance to tour anywhere in the world, what country would you like to perform live in?
Cambodia. No, I don't know.
Where there are no rules. I think my favorite place to play was probably Mexico, just for the fans, like South America, Mexico.
Is that where most of your fan base is located right now?
Actually, most of our fan base is in Europe right now. But I'm just saying, as far as playing for people, I mean, if we had to go to our fans, it'd probably be Europe and the U.S. right now.
I think so. But, I always envisioned Canada as my Graceland. I've always wanted to go, so look it up. Let the winds of the far north grace my downy face.
Yeah.
Well, you like our beer companies here and wine tasting festivals.
We always drink. We drink Canadian Miss Whiskey. and do terrible things. I mean, yeah, and I used to live right south of Canada in the northeast corner of Washington, so, you know, I'm very familiar with you guys, and I'd like to come and conquer and take your women and, you know.
Oh, boy.
Take it mine.
Well,
Yeah.
when you come up here, you have to hit up Sleeman for a concert, eh?
That would be great.
Yeah, for sure. Get them to sponsor you. Free beer.
Awesome.
That's a good.
I'm going to get on the phone right after this and get that settled.
Okay, that's for sure. So we can look forward to seeing the changing up here, rocking us out.
Yes.
The best places are outdoor festivals. The Molson Amphitheater, the Toronto Airport, down in Hamilton. I like outdoor venues better than indoor venues because the outdoor, the sound just explodes much more and you don't sound like you're in a box.
That would be nice for us. I love outdoor venues. I always have fun.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know how it is there, but, you know, in California, they have all these non-smoking laws. I mean, it's kind of freaking practically, they get high at a show now. It's so ridiculous. So, yeah, tour festivals, awesome.
Yeah, we support that. We want you to be able to drink and do whatever you want at our shows. We're all about personal freedom and expression, and by that we mean get totally tanked. You'll enjoy our music more.
That's awesome. Were you at NAMM this year at all?
For me, NAMM is my own personal hell because I don't like music that much.
Oh, okay.
So I did not go, but I went a couple of years ago. But it scares me. There's way too many guitar players there.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
Too many notes. Too many notes.
I heard this has been the happening shit to go to NAMM each year and just meet all the greats, and for any band it's good exposure, but I hear it's been getting lame in the last 2 years.
Yeah, well, the problem is it's just like the California music scene, where NAMM started out as a brilliant way, and there's still, and believe me, I know some of my students teach music, and I got some great, you know, some of my students go there, they're sponsored, like some guitar players and vocalists, and it's cool. It's just now it's too big. It's too difficult now. It's luck of the draw now to get anything really out of it. So, I mean, the sooner they just figure out like some smaller ways of doing it and some more personal ways to get, like, just like the music scene now, it's got to get more personal again because it's just oversaturated with nonsense now.
Probably a lot of advertising and stuff like for endorsements.
Yeah, it's pretty. That's all it is right now. It's just sporting events now. It's the Monster Red Bull NAMM show now. So yeah, a little ridiculous on that front.
So you got your band together tonight for rehearsal. Do you usually rehearse a lot before your live shows?
We like to get a few rehearsals in of just running the tent, swinging the wrenches. But if we don't have any shows coming up, we're working on stuff online. We're doing writing, either all together as a band or individually. So if there's not shows coming up, we're most likely working on new material.
So when you're writing the lyrics, do all the band members help out with their ideas?
Oh, no, I keep them as far away from the lyrics as possible.
In the majority of your lyrics, what do you express in your song themes? Are they anything personal or anything experiences you have gone through, and political views, religious views, that sort of thing?
We try to keep politics pretty much 100% out of our music.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't really, we're not a political band by any means, and we're not, and I'll use some political references, but usually anything I say that's religious or that sounds anything like politics, it's a metaphor for something way more. It's social commentary. I like writing about stuff I see, but usually I like to write about the end of the world. I make a lot of sexual references in the songs.
Mm-hmm.
Broken Hearts Club is about a psycho chick. Dragon Man is about dragons, and that song is actually about me and Joey Jordison from Slipknot. He drummed for Korn for a while, so that song is actually a metaphor for me and Joey just doing terrible things on the road.
Do you think you can get some of those fantastic ideas into a video from your song tracks?
That would be a really cool thing to do, and we're hoping to get that stuff going on in the near future, yes.
You said that you got a new lineup, so can you tell me a little bit about each member and maybe their crazy and their wild side?
Oh, yes, I can.
We're going to talk about our manias and psychosis?
Yeah.
I'm at home.
Yeah. All right, so, well, you know me, I'm Kalen, and I like to party. That's about it for me. Go ahead and introduce yours. Tell them about yourself, Kyle.
Let me see. My name's Kyle. I play drums for the band. And, boy, where to begin with,
You're afraid of
my mind.
You're afraid of space.
Yeah, I'm afraid of space. My alternate, household drunk alter ego is, Lyle Meyer. That's, when I have a little too much and, go too far with things.
And our keyboard player, Brandon Kroll, just showed up, so say hello, Brandon.
Hello.
Hello, Brandon. How are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Can you tell us some of the crazy things about you?
Crazy things about me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have an insatiable lust for Never Never Land.
I do mean less. What else?
Brandon is the a-hole of the group.
Yeah, I don't have anything important to say ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
But he's also 6'4". He's a giant Wookiee, and he smells like rotten meat.
Oh my.
Oh, get away. But and then our bass player is named Dan Johnson, and since he's not here, I'm just gonna diss on him. He's just a piece of garbage. He likes hockey. Yeah, he loves hockey. He's like a Midwestern. He's from Chicago. Well, they're Canadian. They love hockey too.
Wait, you don't like sports?
I just wish there was no rules in it.
No, there isn't. You don't like sports?
Right now, and we're shopping for guitar players as we speak. We have several that play with us live that are just our friends.
Mm-hmm.
We've been lucky. We had a guy, Shooty HG, for almost a year.
Yeah.
Most of 2009. We're playing right now with badass guitar player Daisuke Wachi.
He's a Japanese person. He's very small.
Wicked guitar player, and we got one more guy that we're hazing right now. So
yeah.
Okay.
We just get guitar players in and just take away their personal identity till there's nothing left of them.
Wow.
Guitar players aren't people.
Yeah.
So who likes sports in the band, and who hates sports?
I don't think anybody in this band hates sports. Dan, our bass player, is definitely the most into sports, and then probably Brandon. You're a sports guy. You like the baseball.
I do enjoy the baseball.
I'm a recent football fan. Dan told me about it a few years ago. He explained football to me as a land war, like two armies beating the crap out of each other. So I like football, and that's pretty much it.
my favorite sport is bago.
Mm-hmm.
Bad talk, dude.
That is a good sport.
I like hockey. I have two favorite teams: Mighty Ducks and Toronto Maple Leafs.
Nice. Dan would go to war with you. He actually has a Chicago Blackhawks tattoo.
Oh, okay. I like the Blue Jays. I like baseball too. Blue Jays happens to be one of my favorites.
Yeah. So fortunately, there's no wussy, non-sports liking. We're an all-American band, and you guys are our Canadian neighbors. We love you guys, but we're all American over here. We like sports and beer and pornography, all the good things. Barbecuing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do. We got lots of that
standing
going on.
outside of schools, just staring. Just the good stuff.
Well, what about graffiti?
No, I'm not into vandalism. That's just low. Like the kind of stuff I like to do is like high concept. Like my kind of crime is like convincing somebody that they're gay.
Okay.
Make them feel so bad about it that they kill themselves. Like that's my kind of practical joke.
Oh, we got graffiti all along the river, and the kids paint it. No problem. They get away with it.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
It's always good. Okay.
Oh, yeah, whatever you got to do to relax. That's what I say.
So, with regard to the art, now I looked at the art on the CD cover. Who was the incredible artist that came up with the CD cover, the lettering, which is pretty wild, and the perspective, like you look like you're being sucked into the CD.
That was actually Brandon.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Brandon.
Complimented me on that.
Brandon. Oh, yeah, that's a temporary one. We like that, but we have even more. He just basically farted that out. That's how good he is.
Okay.
That's our Brandon, our stupid keyboard player, managed to pull that out of his butt.
Wow. Is he the same artist that will be designing your merchandise as well?
No, we don't trust him that much. That was a lucky fluke. No, we're going to get somebody that's actually good to do the rest of our stuff.
Okay, so when you sell merchandise, are you going to be selling like hats, hoodies, T-shirts, that sort of stuff, posters?
The whole kit and caboodle.
We absolutely want it all. Believe
that. And we have a guy working on a bunch of different. We're getting all of our stuff set up right now, like all our logos.
We're setting up a whole new campaign for merchandise.
Yeah, it's going to be sweet.
Awesome. What's your goal in the next 3 years? Like things that you want to accomplish?
Be retarded rich is probably in 3 years. I mean, this year, we do it by year. This year we want to be out on the road playing for all you wonderful people out there, and we want to be an established band. And in 3 years, I want to be the hottest thing since sliced bread.
Every year we pretty much just try to look at it in terms of, okay, what can we do this year to take it to the next level? And some years we do better than others, but 2010, things are looking pretty damn good so far.
Yeah.
You're creating a lot of buzz in the media so far for just a short time. Are you getting any sponsors for endorsements for their guitars and drums, perhaps?
Right now, because we haven't played out as much, we haven't even really sought that out. There's definitely some possibilities there, but we're kind of trying to get as far as getting our ducks in a row. That's not the first priority, but we're definitely looking for we will be looking for endorsements. We had a kind of a minor sponsorship with Jaeger where they gave us some stuff. So we have a small relationship with Jägermeister, which is good because we all drink a lot of it.
Wow, that's great.
And so, yeah, we'll be kind of building it from there. We wanted to start with the important things, which is alcohol, and then we're going to get some sweet pants, and after we get some sweet pants, hot pants, yeah, hot, tight pants, then we'll go for instruments. Because
One little secret here, too. You got to keep bugging Steve to get you on a concert.
concerts, yeah.
That we
All right,
sponsor.
all right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go outside of his house with night vision goggles tonight and just terrorize him until he says yes.
Sounds good.
I'm not even joking. Give me my goggles.
Quotation, night terrors must not you.
That's how I roll.
But no, honestly, Steve's been really cool to us so far, and he's always given us good advice as far as, you know, what we should do with our, career, and on numerous occasions, I think, Brandon and myself have sat down with him and smoked a cigar and talked shop, and he looks out for us, so
That's good.
we're grateful to have him.
And the more you travel to different cities in the USA and Canada, the more you're going to build your fan base and get your name out there better.
Yeah, that is priority number one for us
Yeah.
this year, is getting out and getting in front of the people, because we've said it, and other people, like people who've seen us, and, all the people who know us in the industry and out, if we get in front of the people, we will be all right, because we haven't really had a bad show. Everyone usually enjoys it.
That's
We
awesome.
just need to get out.
Yeah, for sure. Before we wrap up our interview, is there anything you'd like to add? Anything you'd like to plug in or say to your fans?
I'm trying to think of something that's not just crude. Well, but just keep us out on the interweb. There's going to be a lot of news. www.thechanging.com. And what's our Facebook dumb thing?
I don't even know Facebook, but we did just win. Well, that didn't have with MySpace. We're no longer the Changing Music. We are just MySpace.com/thechanging.
Yeah.
We eliminated our other competitor that had the name The Changing.
Yeah.
Okay.
We won. Go us.
Yeah. So we did that. So check us out on MySpace. I know that it still exists. So get on MySpace and be looking out for new things. And also, I want you all to know that The Changing likes to part.
And you have on your default a funny little pic, and what's that pic saying? I never got a good look at it.
Yeah.
That somebody has to blast you or something, or what? Your default pic on your MySpace? What's it saying on your default pic?
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure. I haven't seen it in a while. And our bass player Dan does all, so it's like changed. So I don't know what it is right now.
It's something like
All the
blast
time.
us or something, or
If there's one thing that's certain about this band is there are so many embarrassing photos of us online that we kind of stopped noticing.
Yeah, so whatever it is, I'm going to tell you this, we were probably all inebriated, and we were doing something stupid, and I hope you all enjoy it, because we're doing that for you.
That's awesome. Thank you, Kyle and Kaylin, for this interview. And Horns High, you rock.
Thank you. You rock.
Thank you. And hope to see you in Canada soon.
Hopefully.
Hope so.
For sure. I'll be looking forward to it.
Awesome, Tina. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Pants, Kyle. My pants are coming off.